Hi everyone! Welcome to the Crafty Pixie channel where we do sewing projects and subscription boxes. I am Bee. Whether you are new or old to this channel, thank you so much for stopping by. It is great to have you. Don't forget, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you know when I upload my videos, usually every Wednesday. Leave a comment in the comment section down below, especially if you are a new subscriber, and give the video a thumbs up. Okay, before I get to this week's project, I have a huge announcement, and I can't wait. I was going to do the whole description of the project first, but I can't wait. If it is a little loud, I apologize. I really wanted to get this video out for you guys this week, for something for you to enjoy and to let you know that I may not be posting a video for the next week or two. I'm really going to try, but I don't know if it's going to happen. We are moving. We've bought a new house, or new to us, and so if there's a lot of noise, we're literally packing up. Like, there's a lot going on in my world. This is the big news that I wanted to share with you guys, but I wanted to wait because I wanted to make sure that we were all set and we weren't going to hit any issues or anything. And we're going to be signing the contract for the new house and everything actually the day this video airs. So super excited. I can't wait. I'm actually going to have my own space to store all of my fabric and my sewing machines and all of that stuff, you know, like my own studio. So I'm going to be filming in a new location. There's probably going to be a little bit of trial and error with that, but I'm hoping I can really make it my own. So super excited about that. I wanted to let you guys know it's bigger place. The kids have more space inside and outside to run around. They've got their own space for like their crafts and their schoolwork and everything like that. So I'm very excited with the whole thing, and I wanted to share with you guys what's going on and give you kind of a heads up. So let's get to the project. Okay, in today's project, Channeling Children, I found this really cute tutorial on Pinterest. I will have a link in the description box below for you, but it is for a crayon roll. And what's really nice about this, if you wanted to, is you can make it longer and make it colored pencils, markers, paint brushes, you know, anything you want to do it for. But it's a nice little roll. It fits 16 crayons in there. I packed away the new crayons, so I had to use the older crayons that are here, but that's okay. But it literally lays flat on the table, so, and it's easy to move the crayons in and out of. And then when you're done and you're traveling or moving it around, all you do is simply roll it like so, and then tie it. I'm not going to tie it because it's going to take me a minute, and you know. So it's really easy. In the tutorial, she used rickrack cording for the outer edge. I have never used it before. I attempted it. It didn't come out. You can't really see it. You can only see like the little teeny tiny bumps. So, but it was a learning experience. I think I figured out what I did. Don't worry, I didn't show you how to put the rickrack on the fabric in the video, so you don't have to learn from me not knowing what I'm doing. So, but anyway, really easy. 2 pieces of fabric, quilt, or 3 pieces of fabric, sorry. Quilt cotton, One of them is interfaced with SF101. You've got ribbon. You can make your own or you can buy some. And then of course, if you want the embellishment on the outside with like the rick rack or trim or anything like that, you can definitely do that as well. So without any further ado, let's get to materials and get started. For this project, you're gonna need just a few things. So you've got 2 pieces of like main fabric. So you've got your outer fabric and your interior. The interior is interfaced with SF101. Then you've got 1 piece of fabric that is going to be folded over to make the pocket. You have ribbon for the ties. You can make your own ties if you want. I'm going to go ahead and use the ribbon. You have a pack of rickrack. If you wanted to do the little embellishments around the side, you don't have to. That's completely optional. You've got some clips or pins. It's always good to have a seam ripper on hand. It's always good to have a marking tool. And then of course your scissors. You're going to need coordinating thread, an iron, ironing mat, your sewing machine, and a little bit of time. This is the first time I'm going to be using rickrack, so I'm interested to see how well I do with that. So without any further ado, let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take the pocket piece and we're going to fold it wrong sides together with the long sides touching. Make sure you are even. So it's going to make the rest of the steps a whole lot easier. And then you're going to press it. Just like that. You're going to want to make sure you pick a side if you like one side better than the other. Doesn't really matter to me. All right, so now with the folded edge that you just ironed, you're going to top stitch at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance all the way across that fold. Make sure you backstitch at the beginning and at the end. If you want, you can put some clips just so that you hold the fabric in place. That's fine. I'm gonna go do that and I will be right back. Once that's done and you gave it a press to seal the seams, we're gonna take our interior piece and then the pocket piece and we're going to line it right up. So you're gonna line up the sides and across the bottom. Now this next part, you can baste down the sides and the bottom if you want. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to line everything up and stick a few pins in, or not pins, but clips. Clip and a clip. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to make our slots for the crayons to go into. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to measure in 1.25 inches. Where's my... I'm having a hard time seeing this on this fabric. Okay, and we're going to draw a line. Now you want to use a marking tool that's going to come off in the wash or with the air. So we're going to mark a line. And then from that line, we're going to mark in 1 inch. And we're going to do this every inch all the way to the end. And then your last mark will be 1.25 inches from there as well. So So mark in an inch. You can do this before you put it on, but I put it on at the same time so that I can just take it over to the sewing machine after and sew all of these lines. Now that your lines are done, we're going to take this over to the sewing machine and we're going to sew right along the lines you just made. So you're going to backstitch really well at the beginning of every stitch. And you're just going to sew backstitch really well at the beginning and then backstitch at the end, and we're just going to go right along all of the lines. Normal 2.5 millimeter stitch length, or if you want to do a top stitch length, you can, but you have to remember the kids are going to be pulling the crayons in and out, so you want to make sure that it's not going to come loose or anything like that. So I'm going to go to the sewing machine and do that, and I will be right back. I went ahead and pinned the rickrack around there. That was a feat in and of itself, but I got it done. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go a little off script just because I really don't want this rickrack moving. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to attach the ribbon, and the ribbon, there wasn't a specific measurement for it, so I just cut it a little bit longer than the whole strip. And I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna clip it here so it overhangs just a little bit. All right, and then we're gonna tuck it in so that it doesn't get caught when we're sewing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this over to the sewing machine, and very carefully I'm just going to sew around the edge just so that the rickrack and the ribbon doesn't move. That's my biggest thing. I don't want this moving because I don't want to have to pick the seams and do it all over again, because once we put the back piece on and then flip everything right side out, it's going to be a real hassle to have to redo everything. So I'm going to go to the sewing machine and do that, and I will be right back. Now that that is done, I know it's not going to move on me, so I'm going to take this, place it in the center so we don't get it caught in the seams, and you're going to take your exterior piece and you're going to lay that right side down, and you're going to line it up, and we're going to clip it. Now when you do this, you're going to want to leave an opening of like 2 to 3 inches, enough so that we can turn this right side out. It shouldn't be too difficult to turn right side out. There we go. Then we're just going to clip all the way around. And then we're going to take this to the sewing machine, and with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, we're going to sew around the entire exterior. You're going to make sure that you backstitch really well at the beginning and the end, because you will be turning this right side out. So you want to make sure there's no issues there. You do have some interfacing. All right. All right, looks pretty even to me. All right, so I'm gonna take that over to the sewing machine, do that, and I'll be right back. With it turned right side out, this is what you're gonna be looking at. I really hope your rickrack looks a whole lot better than mine does. Didn't do that so great. Very happy I did not film myself doing that, or I probably would have messed a bunch of you up. But anyway, it's okay. It's still cute. The kids are gonna love it, so I'm okay with that. You can't always have perfection, especially when you're trying something new. All right, so now what we do once we turn everything right side out, before you turn it right side out, go ahead and clip your corners. It makes it a whole lot easier to turn everything right side out. And then once you're done, you're going to pull your opening so that you can press everything and then pin it, and then just go and top stitch an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance all the way around. Make sure to back stitch at the beginning and at the end. Make sure you don't get your tassels in the way either. So I'm going to go do that and I'll be right back. With the final press, you are done. Here's the finished product, inside and out, and it's very simple. You just fold it when the crayons are in there and it becomes a nice roll. There'll be more stability once the crayon's in there. And you go ahead and you tie it closed. Voila! I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section down below. Until next time, see ya!